we got one of the tornado sirens right over here.
Hello? Bu kurt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bak.
It is an animal of some description. It's big and it is a dark colour.
Tonight, we look at 6 disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Real moments, real danger. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying footage like this. Let's begin. Chelsea Maxine is a solo traveler navigating life after a major personal shift. Having moved everything she owned into storage, she chose to begin a new lifestyle centered around vehicle living, a growing path embraced by many in the van life and car camping community. In this particular video, Chelsea recounts her very first night sleeping inside her car. What began as a hopeful step toward independence soon devolved into a deeply unsettling experience. After losing her home, Chelsea moved her belongings into storage and set off with her dog and cat to test out life on the road. She intended this first trip to be short, a trial run to build confidence.
Guys, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I'm really hoping this Walgreens is open. It looks like it. And what do I need? What do I need? I need to take my wallet just in case they want me to buy something to use the restroom, which hopefully they don't, because I cannot hold it enough. Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta go. I'm trying to put the dollar bills in my wallet and they won't go in. Oh, I need my keys too. That's what I need. Oh, I needed my mask. Oh my gosh, I need too many things. Where's my mask? It's right here. Oh my gosh, I've had to go. You guys, I'm not kidding. I've had to go for like the last hour.
During a late-night stop at a Walgreens to use the restroom and grab supplies, Chelsea's night began to feel off. After returning to her vehicle, she continued driving down an empty road adorned with Halloween decorations. One particular ornament, a ghostly figure hanging from a tree, gave her a brief scare, setting the tone for the tense night ahead.
So at this point in the trip, I got really tired. I researched the different places that I could park at and spend the night. I ended up choosing this particular parking lot because it was deemed very safe. So at least most people said parking lots at this business were safe. It didn't mean that this particular one was safe. So I was still a little iffy about it because I wasn't sure. But I was so exhausted, I needed to pull over and sleep somewhere. So as soon as I did, that's when I seen this truck pull in. And if you watched the last episode, you know that there was somebody following me and it got really scary and sketchy. And is this the same person? I don't know, but it really seemed like it and it seemed pretty sketch. So
Later, she parked in a lot that had been recommended online as a safe spot for overnight vehicle dwellers. Although hesitant, she decided to trust the reviews due to sheer exhaustion. But shortly after she settled in, she noticed a truck pulling into the same lot, one she believed had been following her earlier in the evening.
Please don't be a truck. Is that a truck? It is a freaking truck. Oh my god. I kept noticing this truck following me and it followed me all the way on. Oh jeez. Louise. I was scared. Still, it's like chilling. What is it doing? And why would it come down here? Like, unless it's going to McDonald's. No, it's not. What the heck? I hate this. I hate this. I literally thought where I was at was going to be a safe place to just sleep because they allow RV people and van life people to sleep here. Okay, we're gonna have to see if he comes back. I was gonna get into the back of my vehicle, but I'm just gonna wait it out because I don't like this. I noticed a truck was still following me.
The vehicle didn't just pass by. It circled the lot several times. The repeated presence raised immediate red flags. Her anxiety spiked as the truck drove by slowly, its headlights casting long beams into her car. Although the driver never approached, the persistent circling felt deliberate and threatening.
Fine. Wait, is that the truck again? Seriously, I am so frustrated. Alright, I'm gonna put my chair. Oh, I can't put it back. Fuck. I was completely fine with this until it looks like the truck turned around and is coming back through the light. I don't know. I guess I should check this way too. It is a truck coming right on down this way again.
Chelsea contemplated moving to the back of her vehicle to sleep, but ultimately stayed in the driver's seat, hiding in the dark, unsure of what the truck might do next. After some time and multiple returns by the suspicious vehicle, she made the decision to leave and search for another place to spend the night. Somewhere more secluded, even if it lacked online reviews.
I'm so tired. I don't think I'm gonna live stream because then I'd have to turn on a light. And I don't have any curtains in here yet. So if I shine my light around, people are gonna know that someone's in here. And I don't want that. But also if they look in here, they can see me. So that's a little freaky, but I'm trying not to be freaked out. I mean, people did say to tape up trash bags. Maybe I should do that. Do I have any? I think I do. That would honestly be a way better situation to do that. And then I could actually live stream. Maybe I will do that. Because I just don't like that people can actually look in here. I don't like that at all. I need to muster up the energy to get up. Just do, because my safety is more important than me sleeping right now. But time to get up and duct tape some trash bags onto the windows. This is what it looked like when I finished taping the trash bags up. Looks pretty, not great. So
At the second location, though the environment felt slightly safer, it came with its own challenges. There were no streetlights, and the absence of window coverings left her feeling exposed. To remedy this, Chelsea taped black trash bags over the windows using duct tape. It wasn't ideal, but it provided enough of a visual barrier to help her feel somewhat secure. Eventually, the stress gave way to exhaustion. She fell asleep behind the makeshift window coverings, realizing that the freedom of van life also came with constant vigilance. This encounter highlights a sobering aspect of solo travel, particularly for women, the fine line between independence and vulnerability. Whether the truck was merely a coincidence or something more sinister remains unclear, but the psychological toll of feeling watched or followed is real, especially when sleeping in unfamiliar. Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. Uploaded on March 7th, 2022, this video from the Tyler Wood Camping channel began as a simple overnight truck camping trip in the countryside of Iowa. Tyler and his friend Marvin had planned to unwind at Yellow Banks Campground, with Tyler sleeping in the back of his modified truck and Marvin setting up in a hot tent nearby. The goal was modest: test out some new gear, enjoy a homemade dinner, and share a relaxing evening under the open sky. But what started as a calm night in nature would soon spiral into a full-blown survival scenario, one driven not by mystery, but by raw, unforgiving weather.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am out here at the beautiful campgrounds known as Yellow Banks. I come here quite a bit actually. I did some few modifications to the truck, as you guys are going to see. Everything's still not complete. I learned on going on each adventure that I'm going to keep adjusting the sleeping quarters that's going to work best for me. So I did do a little bit of modification. Here's kind of the outside view of it. It was storming, raining pretty bad. It said it was going to rain all night, but I don't think it's going to. But hey, bonus if it does. And here we go. We got the back. As you can see, I did add some carpet. I don't think that light setup's going to actually work, so I still might have to find out, try to get some different lights. But I did add carpet to the top. It's not all complete yet. Like, that corner's not complete. Nothing down along the window. But yeah, so I did add the carpet on top and on the bottom. If you guys are curious how I did that, because I got a quote. It was like $900 to add carpet to the topper and to the bed of the truck, and I did it for 40 bucks. He's gonna have his little setup over here, and I'll be sleeping out the back of my truck. Tonight's meal, we're gonna make SOS, or I don't know if this is the correct term, but my grandma would always call it shit on a shingle. So we're gonna make shit on a shingle, SOS, chip beef, some people call it. We're gonna make that tonight, and then in the morning we're gonna make some scrambled eggs and bacon burritos. And of course, all that wouldn't be complete without some of the Fowler's Makery Mischief spicy chipotle sauce. And we do have that bottle, that $700 bottle of the Macallan 18. It's an 18-year-old Scotch whiskey. We're gonna go ahead and bust that out because I forgot, as part of the last video where I paid off the Jeep, we were gonna celebrate. I didn't even get around to it. So we're gonna be taking a few shots of that tonight. Now, if you use a little bit.
As the video begins, Tyler showcases his truck's interior improvements, carpeting, lighting setups, and storage organization, done DIY style to avoid the steep price of professional work. Dinner was next on the agenda, with plans to prepare a hearty, nostalgic dish, paired with a bottle of fine Scotch whiskey as a celebration. But subtle changes in the sky marked the start of something ominous.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. Our phones are going off saying that we're in a tornado warning right now. Yes, sir. If you're not from the Midwest, you wouldn't understand, but we love tornadoes. We don't get scared. We don't run away. We go out and we chase them. We show them who's the boss. This is our turf. It's our block, right? So yeah, dome up. Dome up.
It's our hood.
It's our hood, right? I don't know if you guys can hear it, but tornado sirens are going off now. Which is surprising, you know, it's not really surprising this time of year. I mean, the other day it was like 65 degrees out. Day before that was like 20 degrees. So weather fluctuating like that, hot, cold, perfect brewing temps for a tornado. So, but then again, don't listen to me. I'm not no meteorologist or whatever the hell they're called. I'm just this guy enjoys outdoors. All right, so most of this video is probably going to be hard to hear me because we got one of the tornado sirens right over here. It's really loud, so I figured we probably should start making dinner now in case something were to happen. So yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me during this part. This was not planned, by the way, but makes for good content. I mean, kind of put you on the edge of your seat. We're not too worried. We got a couple fields back here, the main road through there. We'll find our way out if we get in center of a situation where we have to leave in a hurry. So everything's kind of still put up on my truck. And so if we do have to hurry up and throw stuff in the back and then take off in case if a tornado does come, we are ready.
Clouds thickened. The air cooled. Within minutes, phones began to buzz with tornado alerts, and the first sirens broke through the sound of the wind. Despite the warnings, Tyler and Marvin pressed on with their plans. In the Midwest, tornado sirens aren't unusual. Often, they pass with little more than heavy rain. Still, they began to take precautions. Dinner was prepared quickly, gear was packed loosely in case of evacuation, and they remained alert.
All right, we might have to abandon. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Come on, it's coming. Gotta leave the food behind. Come on, let's go.
South of Highway G24 and R57, very specific location.
Ooh, crazy.
In Norwalk, that is part of the apparent tornado path. So again, starting to talk about damage in.
Oh man, his shelter's gone.
In Norwalk, several houses. We haven't gotten a sense of what that damage is yet. But one is going to start wondering if we're going to start seeing windows blown out.
Well, we just lost dinner. I was gonna make SOS for you guys, but yeah, this is crazy.
The National Weather Service in Des Moines has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Lucas County.
That's right where we're at right now. We're in Des Moines.
Eastern Decatur County in south central Iowa. Southeastern Clark County in south central Iowa until 6 p.m. At 5:22 p.m., a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. Expected hazards included a damaging tornado. Tornadic debris has been confirmed by radar. The following impacts are expected. You are in a life-threatening situation.
That's crazy. Now we gotta try to salvage what's left of camp. Dinner tonight is no longer gonna be SOS. As you guys saw me making it, I mean, yeah, it got a little dark out, but all of a sudden that storm just came out of nowhere. I mean, those winds had to be, I don't even know, 50, 60 mile an hour winds. Super crazy. Everything's lost. As you can see, the whole campsite's just gone. We gotta start trying to find out exactly where everything is. There's 3 tornadoes on the ground. I mean, this is wild. There's our dinner sitting right there. We gotta pick up all this trash that we had accumulated on our campground. Storm or no storm, you know, pick up after yourself.
Then the storm arrived, faster and stronger than expected. The wind picked up rapidly, bending trees and cutting visibility. Weather reports now confirmed multiple tornadoes in the area. The tone shifted from casual to urgent. In seconds, their plans unraveled. Marvin's tent was torn apart. Tyler's cooking setup was scattered across the site. Branches snapped, structures collapsed. The storm, now producing wind gusts over 60 miles per hour, cut straight through the campground.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta start trying to find everything, so. All right, love you, be safe.
I too, always.
Bye.
Bye.
Had to give a quick update to the wife, let her know we just kind of survived a tornado. This is wild. Whole campsite's gone, man. I mean, I could replace this, not, you know, the end of the world. I'm not gonna put anyone in safety at first. But siren just going back off again. Like I said, there's 3 confirmed tornadoes on the ground. And to be honest, as crazy as that was, I still don't want to leave. I want to stay in and hunker it down. This one's for you, Steve. This thing's melted down. I was going to show you guys earlier too. This is the hail that was coming down as well. It was a little bit bigger than this, not by much, maybe like half the size of a golf ball, but yeah, crazy.
As they scrambled to gather their belongings, more alerts came in. The tornado was confirmed on the ground, moving toward their location. With little time left, they abandoned dinner and raced to evacuate.
All right, so he's heading out, not to abandon camping tonight, but yeah, so here's what the tornado did. I think that was already there, that cut. It knocked all these branches up and over, flooded this whole area. We're just on our way to go up to Burger King, go get some food since our dinner is out, spread all across the woods. And we got, I mean, look at this. Damage everywhere. Oh my gosh, look at that. The whole base of that tree came down from top of that. Yeah. Oh, and it blew the gate and hit his truck too.
Pretty good, man.
Tree landed right on this house.
Oh, look at that house.
Oh, no way.
Oh, perfect, love.
Here, let me get this on video.
Yeah.
I'll call you back.
Oh my gosh. This whole house is gone, guys. Whole house is gone. Crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go back and show you guys everything that happened, but there's a couple trucks flipped over on the side of the road over there.
While the video contains no paranormal activity or unexplained phenomena, it offers a rare and raw look into what it's like to be caught in nature's chaos with little warning. What began as a test of comfort and setup quickly became a test of instincts and survival. For truck campers and van life enthusiasts, it's a reminder that no matter how prepared you are, nature has the final say. Even seemingly calm locations like open campgrounds can become dangerous in a matter of minutes. If the tornado had arrived just minutes earlier, would they have made it out in time? Could their campsite choices have put them directly in the storm's path without them realizing it? Let us know what you think. Have you ever experienced a sudden weather shift that turned dangerous? The video opens with a solo camper venturing into a quiet woodland area in the UK for a 24-hour stay. His goal is simple but challenging: survive with minimal gear, relying on a low-profile shelter and the hope of catching his own dinner.
Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me back in the woods once again. We're going to be staying in a low profile shelter in the middle of the woods for 24 hours, hunting my own dinner hopefully. I am going to have to be a bit careful with these cartridges though today. I've only brought 4 out with me, so my shooting really will depend on whether I go hungry or not tonight. Sometimes it is nice just come out with minimal gear. It makes things a little less stressful, I believe. So that's one in the bag. And to be honest with you, if it is just the one that I get, I'm very grateful. And I'm very grateful to the animal. It's the hard bit over. Process it now, and I shall put it with my noodles. So we're going to have a pigeon chow mein.
He's brought only 4 shotgun shells, meaning his ability to eat depends entirely on his accuracy. Early on, he manages to take down a pigeon. Grateful for the success, he begins cleaning and preparing the bird, planning to cook it with instant noodles over an open fire later that evening. But this trip isn't just about bushcraft or minimalist camping. Something else brought him to this location. Something strange he witnessed earlier that day.
So now the water's on the boil, I can have 5 minutes chat. The creature that I caught on my mobile phone whilst out walking with the family, obviously it is an animal of some description. It's big and it is a dark colour. Obviously it was a complete disaster this morning trying to drone footage it. The drone got crashed and lost for a little while. But yeah, I mean, the size of it, the way it moved in that slight, it was very, very jiggly, the footage, because it was so far away. All I had was mobile. I was trying to zoom in and the sunlight was reflecting onto my phone. I couldn't see a lot, so it was up and down. But what I did get, I am grateful for, because had I not got any sort of footage of it, no one would have ever probably believed that I see it. But the kids made a little bit of noise, and eventually it left. It went through the other side of the field. But that's why I'm camping here tonight. We're a stone's throw from that field. This is a place I camp regular. So yeah, I've strategically already put out a couple of trail cams. So hopefully they may bring something. Obviously trail cams have brought some funny things up in the woodlands that I've caught on many trail camera down in the big forest before. But yeah.
While out walking with his family near a field close to his usual campsite, he saw a large, dark figure moving at a distance. He managed to capture a brief video on his phone, a shaky and sun-blinded clip, but enough to show something moving through the landscape that didn't resemble a fox or domestic dog. The creature's movement was smooth, deliberate, and fast. It disappeared into the tree line after his children made noise. Though the footage was far from clear, it left a strong impression. That's why he chose to camp nearby. He placed trail cameras in the surrounding area, hoping to catch better evidence of what he saw.
Just before it does get too dark, I want to get myself into position with the night vision goggles in that field where we captured that creature on camera. See what's going on during the night. But I'm going to have to turn this camera off and the light off before I get there, otherwise obviously I'm going to give myself away. I definitely don't think it was a fox, and there's definitely no dog that should be over in that area, poaching or not poaching. It didn't look like a dog to me. There should be no dogs over here whatsoever. For the size and length of that animal, it definitely wasn't a fox, not in my opinion. So I'm just on my way back into camp now. There's nothing about, obviously, as we thought. You don't get lucky twice, do you? So I'm going to go back and enjoy the rest of my campfire and my evening up here. The wind is still pretty high, but yeah, we'll just hope that the rain holds off. We're not due any, but like I say, we're in the UK and you can never guarantee the weather. So see you in a minute back at camp.
As night fell, he prepared to head back toward the field, equipped with night vision goggles and his light turned off to avoid detection. Despite sweeping the field slowly and carefully, he found nothing. No eyeshine, no movement. The landscape was quiet, windswept, and empty. Eventually, he returned to camp, resigned to the fact that such encounters rarely repeat themselves in the same night. Back by the fire, he reflected on the sighting. It hadn't looked like any known animal, certainly not a fox, and no dogs were expected in that area. But he made no exaggerated claims. Instead, he acknowledged the strangeness and left it at that. While the footage is inconclusive, it fits a pattern familiar to those who followed reports of large black cats in the UK, commonly referred to as British big cats. Often described as panther-like or resembling pumas, these creatures have been reported by farmers, hikers, and hunters for decades. Sightings tend to share the same traits: large, dark, fast-moving figures spotted in remote countryside areas, often vanishing before anyone can get a clear look. Some believe these are escaped exotic pets that have gone feral, while others think they may be misidentified native animals, or even the remnants of long-forgotten populations. This latest encounter may not provide definitive proof, but it adds another thread to a long-standing mystery. Was it truly an unknown predator roaming the countryside, or simply a case of mistaken identity and fading light? Have you or someone you know ever seen something similar in the wild? Share your thoughts in the comments. You never know who else might have seen the same thing. On April 13th, 2025, a UK-based camping YouTuber returned to the hills after a long absence. Joined only by his loyal dog, Fendi, he set out into the moorlands hoping to reconnect with nature and find a moment of peace. The plan was simple: hike into the ruins of an old reservoir settlement, enjoy the views, and clear his head. But by the end of the night, that search for solitude would be overshadowed by a lingering sense that something, or someone, may have been watching.
So, we're finally out. And as you can see, Fendi's enjoying herself. He's such an idiot. How long is it since I last did a video? A couple of months, isn't it? Now I just really just need to get out and get away from it all. And I really hope that nothing weird happens tonight, because I just need to be out in a bit of solace. Come on, mate, you can do it. Come here, mate, you got turd hanging out your ass. And as you can see, absolutely glorious out. But I've waited until 6 o'clock at night to come out, because obviously it's too warm for Fendi. It's been about 20 degrees Celsius today, -1 tonight. Nuts, isn't it? Hey up, what's this? Someone's little shelter. There's loads of these structures up here. They were all built by navvies when they were building the reservoirs. There's reservoirs all over here, dotted about everywhere. Look, this is where one of them's been mined out, or that might have even been a dwelling there. Another dwelling there. All these, that would have been a dwelling there. All these walls here, look, dry stone walls. All little villages and that dotted about up here up on moors. Absolutely love it up here. Wrong way.
He arrived late in the day, waiting until the sun dipped lower to avoid the heat for his dog. The location was familiar.
A little scrap. Yeah, so I might have to find somewhere a bit different. Mind you, it is a bit early. There's another corridor into some more dwellings, another little village. This would be my preferred spot, with this view out over here. And the sun will rise, sun will set over there, and it should rise over there somewhere. So I'd love to pitch tent here and get a nice sunrise in the morning and a sunset tonight, but we'll see.
Expansive moorland surrounded by weathered stone walls and remnants of once inhabited villages. Dry stacked walls, hollowed out shelters, and scattered ruins lined the trail. Remnants of the workers, known locally as navvies, who once built the area's railways and reservoirs. Many of these structures have stood for centuries, and the hiker knew them well.
I knew something was going to go wrong. This sleep pad, it's just gone down. I've blown it up twice, and I've made sure that the valve is seated correctly. Now I don't know if Fendi's popped it by walking on it, but she hasn't popped any of my other ones. But I've had a bottle of wine and I've drove here, so I'm just gonna have to stick it out. Normally when this had happened I'd just chill out for a bit and then go home, but because I've had a bottle of wine I can't drive, so I'm stuck here. I knew something was gonna go wrong tonight. I knew it. Were it you? You done it. Look, what are you doing? Oi.
As night approached, he pitched his tent near one of the stone ruins, choosing a spot that offered both a view of the sunset and a clear vantage for sunrise. It was an ideal location, until things started to go wrong. His sleeping mat deflated shortly after setting up camp. Despite re-inflating it and checking the seal, it continued to lose air. With no backup and unable to leave, having had a drink, he resigned himself to a cold night on a foil emergency blanket. Temperatures were expected to fall below freezing.
Come this way, pass this way. It breaks me heart, mate. Oh look, one of these little village things. The little moth there. Can you see his eyes glowing up red? Bet you can't, can you? Let's see what's down here. Imagine living up here back in like the 1800s or whatever. No electricity, no running water, nothing. You just have to have a campfire, wouldn't you, with your mates, huddled up together to keep warm. Look at the night sky as well. Don't know if you'll be able to see it. Oh, stars are out tonight. Of course they are, me and Fendi are out. Where the stars, aren't we? Looks like somebody else has been up here having a bit of a fire, dragging pallets and stuff up. Hey up, little bird, look there. Can you see it? Just on top of the wall. There. Alright mate, we're friends.
Later that evening, he ventured out with Fendi to explore more of the abandoned structures. The ruins, once likely bustling with workers, now stood silent under the stars. While filming a segment about the site's history, he noticed signs that others had been there recently. Scorched ground, leftover pallets, evidence of a campfire. Then something changed. A sound or movement in the distance briefly caught his attention. Though he chalked it up to wildlife, the moment lingered. There were no other tents nearby. The nearest road was miles away.
Right, I'm gonna see if I can get my head down for a bit on this crappy mat. If anything happens, then I'll let you know. Hello? Hello? Oh, you that duck then? Pretty sure I heard some footsteps, but it's probably a bird, isn't it? No sheep about, I can't see any eyes anyway. Oh, look how pretty it is. Alright mate, yeah, can you hear birds over there?
Returning to his tent, he tried to settle in. But Fendi grew restless, scratching at the fabric near the door and shifting her body toward the wall of the tent. At one point, she stared intently at a single spot. But when he looked outside, there was nothing. No eyeshine, no animals, no sound apart from the distant churn of wind turbines. The wind picked up throughout the night, pushing leaves into the tent's entryway. He continued waking, adjusting his gear and checking on his dog. The unease never fully left. This wasn't a story of horror, but of subtle discomfort. The kind that settles deep in your gut when the world feels just slightly off. The location's history only adds to the weight. These hills were once filled with hard labor, isolation, and likely tragedy. The ruins stand as a reminder of lives long gone, but perhaps not entirely forgotten. Was it just wildlife rustling in the dark? Or something left behind in the stone and wind? If you were camping near centuries-old ruins and your dog started reacting to something unseen, would you stay the night? Have you ever felt watched in the wilderness with no one around? Let us know in the comments. Your story might not be so different after all. Outdoor Family is a Turkish YouTube channel known for its calm, heartwarming videos set in the beauty of nature. With a focus on family bonding, campfire cooking, and slow living, their content typically captures the peaceful side of outdoor life. But on one particular autumn trip, the atmosphere shifted.
Güzel bir manzara.
Ne güzelmiş ya.
Ya bulutlar harika.
Harikadır. Anne neredesin? Yukarı görüyor musun?
The family had set up camp on the edge of a quiet clearing, surrounded by trees painted in shades of orange and gold. The sky was clear, the weather crisp, and the setting perfect for a night of calm under the stars. They gathered wood, brewed tea, and soaked in the peace of their surroundings.
Ses geldi baba.
Ne?
Hayvan sesi ya. Ne oldu ne? Çakal mı, kurt mu?
Bir şey gözüküyor mu?
Yok bir şey.
Ha?
Yok bir şey. Bu etraflarda hayvan çok. Kurt var, çakal var, ayı var.
But as night fell and the shadows lengthened through the trees, the silence was gradually replaced by something far less comforting. At first, the sounds seemed normal. Twigs breaking in the distance, faint howls, wind rustling through the branches. But after the fire died down and the family retreated to their tent, the sounds grew closer and more defined. Heavy footfalls, low growls, something moving just beyond their line of sight, circling slowly.
Evet. Aşkım. Duydun mu? Bir şey çadırı vurdu. Aşkım. Aşkım dikkat et.
Bir bakayım.
Evet, dikkatli ol. Evet.
Efendim,
Neredesin?
buraya gel, geliyor.
Neydi?
Bilmiyorum ki. Bir şey görmem. Hayvan mı lan? Bu etrafta. Hadi canım hadi. Hadi gidelim. Bir şey yok.
Inside the tent, their dog began to stir and grow restless. Moments later, something struck the fabric from outside. There were no other people in the area. Everyone in the group was accounted for. The father stepped outside with a flashlight, scanning the clearing, but nothing appeared. Despite the lack of visible threat, the feeling of unease settled deep. The rest of the night passed with broken sleep and tension.
Ne oldu? Şey mi buldun? Her yer çamur ya.
Baba bu neyse?
Bu mu? Bu kurt. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bak.
Çok güzel.
Çok büyük ya. Görüyor musun? Evet. Böyle büyük. Dün gecedeki kurt olabilir. Burada her ne izi istersen var ya bak. Domuz, inek, kurt. Ayı da olabilir.
Bak.
O da var. Hadi gidelim. Çok güzeldi ama. Afro'da arabaları.
Evet.
Onu demaydı. Geldi oturalım. Onu araba.
In the early morning, the family stepped outside to find the source of the disturbance. Tracks surrounded their tent, large, clear paw prints embedded in the mud, far too big to belong to a stray dog. Upon reviewing footage from a trail camera they'd placed nearby, they discovered the answer. A gray wolf had spent a significant portion of the night quietly circling their tent. The video showed it moving cautiously, never aggressive, but always close. At one point, the animal walked directly in front of the camera, its eyes catching the infrared light before slipping back into the woods. It never attacked, never growled, but it returned several times. It watched. Further exploration revealed signs of other wildlife: wild boar, cow tracks, even possible bear markings. The area wasn't just a peaceful patch of forest. It was active territory, and the family hadn't been alone. This encounter is a reminder of the thin boundary between human presence and true wilderness. Though the family was never harmed, the presence of a wild predator so close, for so long, adds weight to the experience. It highlights the reality that when camping in remote areas, people are visitors. The forest has its own rhythm, its own residents, and sometimes they choose to come closer, not to attack, but simply to observe. Would you have reacted differently if you discovered a wolf had been circling your tent all night? Was it mere curiosity, or something more territorial? Share your thoughts in the comments. In the wild, Silence doesn't always mean solitude. Uploaded on January 26, 2023, this video from the channel 401 Files follows a solo wild camping trip in Dalby Forest, North Yorkshire, a location often mentioned in connection with unexplained phenomena. From alleged UFO activity and strange lights to cryptid sightings and stories of mutilated animals, the forest has a long and unsettling reputation. The host, known for his careful and measured approach to fringe topics, chose this location not only for the challenge of winter camping, but because of its history, one filled with accounts of encounters that defy easy explanation.
Around the world. I've brought you back today to a place that we have explored before. This was last year, and it's a place that has dogman sightings, creepy stories and evidence, cases of human mutilation, animal mutilation, UFOs and extraterrestrials, and everything in between. This is Dalby Forest, a large forested area situated on the east coast of Britain, and we're going to spend the night here tonight and explore this chilly day.
The trip began in harsh conditions. Temperatures had dropped well below freezing, and the biting cold made even simple tasks like setting up gear and operating a camera difficult. Still, he pressed forward, drawn by the silence of the forest and the mystery that seemed to linger in the air. With snow on the ground and a heavy stillness all around, the atmosphere was haunting in a subtle but constant way. He was accompanied only by his dog Lily, whose glowing collar helped track her movements in the dark.
Hi guys, I'm not sure how well you can all hear me. Just come into the woods, sat down, dropped my bag, got my little lantern set up at the side of me. It's absolutely freezing. The forecast did predict that the temperature would be dropping significantly as the night progresses, but my god, it's extremely cold. I've not even checked how cold it is on my phone right now. I'm trying to preserve the battery best I can so I can get the filming done and you know, use this as an emergency point of call if I need to. Hopefully, fingers crossed I won't, but yeah, it is extremely cold. I'm gonna get a hot drink on right now because I need to get something warm inside me as this temperature begins to drop and drop even further. So Lily's got her collar on, her illuminated collar, just for anyone that's interested. The colours tonight is green. Last time we had red, tonight it's green. So if you do see any green lights running through the trees behind me, it's likely to be Lily. Yeah, so far so good. The night came in pretty quick, and I've been stressed, I won't lie, you know, trying to get the tap set up and things with my hands being so cold. I've been really stressed trying to get the ridge line up and peg that thing down because it is quite windy. Hopefully it's not showing too much on the video. I had to crouch down behind a tree right now just so you guys can hear me. All the recordings before this was just far too windy. You could hardly hear a thing I was saying. But yeah, I've struggled with the tap. I've got that up now, and like I said, I'm just going to get a hot drink on and talk to you guys through the night.
As night fell, the sounds of the forest began to shift. The creaking of the tarp, faint rustling in the distance, and barely audible footsteps added tension to an already difficult camp. It was cold, it was dark, and he was completely alone, aside from whatever might have been moving just out of view. Then the lights appeared. Small orbs hovered near the horizon. They flickered on and off, too low to be stars and too inconsistent to be distant cars or aircraft. They never stayed in one place for long and were too far to approach in the freezing conditions.
There's some lights over there in the distance. I'm not sure what that is. My initial thought, that's Lily, obviously the green one, and she's really close to me, but those two white lights seem really far from the distance. My original thought just then was maybe a road, but they don't seem to be moving. And they're not constant, they keep going on and off, and one of them just got really bright, so I have no idea what that is. Try and zoom in. Seems like there's three now as well, like there's a middle one turning up.
The camera captured a portion of the event, though the extreme cold made it nearly impossible to hold steady or film for long. Later in the night, the sense of isolation deepened. Every time he faced the camera, everything behind it faded into total blackness. He couldn't see more than a few feet beyond the light, and with the area's history, that fact felt increasingly unsettling. Dalby Forest has long been associated with strange reports, a pattern that drew attention from researchers like Tony Dodd, a former police officer turned UFO investigator. Dodd documented cases of animal mutilations in the area, often noting precise incisions that didn't match predator attacks. There were also stories of unusual figures seen moving through the trees and lights that defied conventional explanation.
I've said this before, but I'm really going to quickly just throw this in there once more, is that when I'm filming like this, the light on the phone is shining at me, and that's why I'm illuminated. Granted, I've got this little lantern in my hand right as well, this little thing here. But the downside to that behind the camera right now, I can't see anything. It's pitch black. And so technically something could be stood, I would have no idea. That's a terrifying thought. Anyway, you guys get back, like I say, wherever you are, stay warm, because where I am right now, I'd love to be where you are, in the warmth of your house, under the covers. Let me take one for the team. You guys get back, relax, and enjoy. I'm just looking up through the tree canopy right now, and I can quite distinctly see the Seven Sisters, the Pleiades constellation. And whenever I'm out and it's a clear night, that is always the constellation that I tend to gravitate to, because in my opinion, that's where they're coming from. You know, there will be many other constellations out there where life forms are leaving and returning day in, day out. No doubt about that. But the one that keeps cropping up, if we go off eyewitness testimonies and abduction claims, is the Pleiades constellation. You know, a lot of these people come back and report that these beings come from around that area. So I always look up at that and just think, that is where they are, as well as many other places.
As the host continued filming through the night, he mentioned the Pleiades constellation, a cluster of stars often cited in alien abduction lore. The constellation hung above the forest canopy, serving as both a source of reflection and unease. The silence around him deepened. Eventually, he managed to get some rest, but the lights remained unexplained. The noises outside the tarp were never identified, and the sense of being watched, never proven, but never dismissed, lingered long after sunrise. Dalby Forest is one of many locations in the UK where folklore, speculation, and direct experience collide. Whether the lights were natural phenomena or something else entirely remains unknown. But the history surrounding the area, from alleged abductions to mutilation cases, casts a long shadow. This encounter didn't offer answers, but it added to a growing collection of moments that suggest something unusual continues to occur in these remote spaces. Was it just the wind, tricks of light, and isolation playing on the mind? Or something more deliberate? Could the forest's history be tied to patterns we still don't understand? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you've experienced something strange in the woods, you're not alone. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.